Let's take a look at this. New from clipboard. So for context, because this is probably going to be the archive channel and maybe some of Twitch's first time seeing this. Every time I would beat a game, I'd do like a little sketch of the game to sort of commemorate it. And yeah, I mean, it's cool, right? Getting to see it all lined up like this, you know, makes me appreciate each one a bit more. But also, like, at the same time, it is a little small. Like, let me do, like, a quick count of how many games we cleared last year. Because I think we did less. Oh, I posted a whole list. Though, I think it's worth consideration that, a lot of the games that we cleared last year were smaller. So, let's see, okay, so we cleared 46 games last year. Happy New Year, Let. We cleared 26 this year. Granted, a lot of them were longer, and I didn't stream for, you know, as long, or like, you know, I didn't stream as frequently as last year, I don't think. So, I don't know, 20, like half of last year games quantity. It's not terrible, right? You know? Excuse me? Yes, Hero King? What's up? What's the 6th game here? Oh, yeah, I'll talk about him. I knew you were gonna say something about that. Bro, you're always talking about freaky shit. But yeah, like I was saying, like, let's talk, like, at least a little bit about each game. So, the first game that we cleared, I don't know if it's the first game we played. I'm pretty sure the first game we played this year was, New Leaf. But first game we cleared was Pilot Wings Resort, which was a lot of fun. I think that was a good way to you know, use the 3DS initially. It did like, I don't know, it was just like a nice chill game to you know, talk with people and then, you know, show off my tech, you know, the new tech and all that. It was just really fun. I mean, like, I really can't really say specifics about Pilot Wings, if I'm gonna be honest. What you see is what you get with that kind of game, and that sort of, that sentiment is sort of shared with this next one. And that, like, Mario Kart 7, I mean, like, we just kind of played all of the courses once. What you see is what you get. Just a game that loves adventure. I wouldn't really call Pilot Wings Resort an adventure. I wanted to ask, how do you feel about this... Whoa. How do you feel about this switch of format that you made last corner? Now I'm getting messages, or now I'm getting emails. Oh. Okay, never mind. That's why. The switch of format that you made this past quarter, basically not having much of a set schedule compared to previously. I kind of want to get back into schedule making. I think most of dropping the schedule format was like mostly out of laziness and hoping that it would motivate me more to just do what I want and finish stuff. I don't know. I don't know how else to really put it. It was I think it was a good idea. But again, I'd really like to get back into doing schedule stuff. But yeah, Mario Kart 7, I mean, I like it. I like its course selection. There's really not much to it nowadays, you know. It's nice that we have, like, the ability to play it online again. And I'm very grateful that I was able to do that, considering, you know, most of the Mario Kart Marathon has been done with other people. So, again, you know, it was, like, really fun getting to do that. Echoes of Wisdom. I barely remember this. We started this in 2023, didn't we? Or 2024. Sorry. We started this in 2024, didn't we? And then we finished it in 2025. I mean, I gave my thoughts when I beat it, but I always appreciate 2D Zelda entries, sometimes even more than the mainline 3D ones. I thought it was a nice twist, letting us play as Zelda. They don't usually let us do that. So having like a whole game focused around her was kind of cool. And I mean, I still love that fucking armadillo, dude. I don't know, the summoning thing is a little clunky, but it was a cute game. And I don't know, it wasn't like bad to play or anything. It was just like something I wish that, you know, was a bit more conveniently controllable, like any other 2D Zelda game playing as Link. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I like the writing. I like the world. I like all the stuff that they made for it. New Super Mario Bros. Was also like a good way to break out my 3DS capture unit, I think. Because not only am I open to playing 3DS games now, I can also play DS games. And oh, Mario Kart, New Super Mario Bros. DS is so good. I'm so glad that I got to play through that. It's just like another one of those games that you just like talk and you know, just talk and play mindlessly. I don't have to think too much about it. If something interesting happens, I can comment on it. Love the power-ups, you know? I love this. This can get out. I don't know. I'd love to play the other new Super Mario Bros. Games. Maybe that's something that we could aim to do this year. That would be fun. Partners in Time was good. I surprisingly liked that game a lot more than I thought I would. Well, I didn't really have that many expectations going in. Like, I know that it's very, like, it's criticized, you know, like, a little bit. I don't really see the criticisms as much as, you know, it just being flat out ignored, but it was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. You know, the action commands and stuff were fun. I liked it using all the face buttons, because, like, that being like a jump between the GBA and DS is super interesting to acknowledge. And I think the fact that they did that as a mechanic with the babies is really really fun, you know. Who draws these, by the way? Me. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I hope we get to play more of the Mario and Luigi games. It was cool getting to play it on real hardware and junk. But it's also just like kind of fun to find a way to, you know, make it work in our stream form factor. Yeah, I'm waiting like a teensy bit longer to do Bowser's Inside Story because that game is still like really fresh in my mind from watching a Let's Play of it. So I want to wait like a little bit longer and then I think we can do it and then continue. That's another thing that I really want to get back to doing is playing through, you know, different series this year. Because that's something that I kind of fell off on. Gravity Rush was very fun, and the only PlayStation 5 game that I played this year. Apparently, according to Sony. I really like that game. It was a lot of fun. It was a little disorienting, but it was a lot of fun. I loved the story. I loved the environment. I loved the world and the characters, and I got to play exactly 0 PS5 games this year. I mean, technically, this isn't even a PS5 game. This is a PS4 game. But it was in my PlayStation Wrapped, so I don't know. I'd be very curious to see if they even, like, send you anything if you didn't play any games. It was a lot of fun, though. I really enjoyed it. I gotta play the sequel at some point. It'd be very nice to own it physically, but I think I might have to go the way of digital. Music was phenomenal, too, I want to comment. And the art style being, like, all comic book based, with a fictional language on top of it, you know? Really, really cool stuff. I gotta play more of my PS5 games. Do you see that, guy? Do you see that screen tear going on? What is up with this music? This is the worst recording of all time. What the fuck? And it's also the only extension. Oh, it's because I searched for remix. I meant extended. Why is everybody recording it straight from the game? Oh, you know what? Hang on. Since we've been using that song for a while, let's see if I can. Any Star Fox Adventures music extended? They got the. Is this it? No, that's not what I want. Dark Ice Mines. Please. I'm just gonna loop this. Is this... Is this even the song that I'm thinking of? Oh. We'll talk about this game soon. I'm just trying to find like a really good song. Okay, yeah, I think that song is what I'm thinking of. Dude, 10 months ago, some guy, like, rendered, like, some ambiance Star Fox Adventures areas. It's kind of awesome. But where's the one that I want? I'm just gonna choose this one so I'm not holding up the stream. You guys see that screen tearing? They're chopping me in half. I see that. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, favorite controller! I forgot they did do some... This was your favorite controller, and it's like literally the controller that comes with every single PS5. Why did they do that? AR games was fun. We did that for like one stream, but I counted it because we did everything that you can do in it. So whatever, right? I enjoyed it though. Got to take some funny pics and stuff. Got to play some games. I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it's a core memory for a lot of people here, right? AR games on the 3DS. It was fun getting to record that and talk about it. I should have spent more time in AR fishing. This is supposed to be Mario Kart 8 for Wii U, because at the time this was like the last thing that we needed to do to finish the Mario Kart marathon. So, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it was more of a novelty than anything to stream that, you know, getting to see like a pre-DLC, pre-updated whatever Mario Kart 8. It was fun. Yeah, I'm upside down because of my anti-gravity. Look at the wheels! I said this to somebody, I was like, guess what all these games are? And they said Mario Kart 7 again. Look at the wheels! They're sideways! See? This is a different game. I don't know. Base game 8 is a little weird. Like, I feel like we're kind of spoiled rotten with 8 Deluxe's like 96 tracks, even if the back 48 aren't all that great. Just the sheer quantity is like, it's, you know, amazing. So going back to only racing on 16 tracks in Wii U was a little funny. I do like the battle mode in its own way though. I thought it was fun getting to play that again. I think the battle mode was kind of a novelty that they should have thrown in 8 Deluxe as just like a little bonus whatever, you know. I don't think they should have gutted it. Celeste was really good. I'm sorry if I made it seem like I didn't feel that way when I played it. Celeste was really good. I don't think I'll ever go back and do all that extra stuff on stream, though. Maybe someday I'll do it in my own time, but I think I got my fill. I think I got my fill out of streaming it. I think that was fun. I think it was fun. I think it was fine. Really love the art style. And, I mean, obviously the music is phenomenal. Yeah, get these people to do an Ice Climber game. Like how they got the Crypt of the Necrodancer people to do a Zelda game. Let them do that. I'm very curious. I think I can trust these people with the Ice Climber IP. This is supposed to be Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Don't be confused. I know it looks like normal Luigi's Mansion, but I didn't think that we were gonna stream any other Luigi's Mansion games this year. So I you know, I did this. I just drew this. Dark Moon is really good. I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets. Dark Moon is so good. Like, obviously, it doesn't capture the same tone as the original Luigi's Mansion. But honestly, in the hands of another developer, I think they did, like, a really good job at what they had. I don't know, it has, like, this sort of, like, old-timey, almost steampunk-like aesthetic going on with it. With, like, a bunch of, like, intentionally jagged shapes and stuff as well. Talking aesthetically. The music is really good, I think. I think it has, like, a really good, few leitmotifs that it uses. I kind of wish it used the, original Luigi's Mansion theme a bit more, but, you know, what we got is fine. I really like the piano leitmotif. I don't know if that's what it's called, but you know, it's the theme that plays against the piano boss, and then in some bonus stages. I don't know, I really like the music there. And the level clear theme is pretty superb. In gameplay, I don't like the constant phone calls. I mean, who does? But I don't know. I thought that the gameplay loop worked really well for a handheld. I kind of prefer the what's it called? The shutter bulb or whatever. I kind of prefer that over how Luigi's Mansion GameCube does it. To the point that when we played the 3DS version, I ended up using that instead. I don't know. I think the shutter bulb is just, like, really cool. It's more satisfying. This is Mega Man 3. I don't even... Honestly, that game is kind of a blur to me. I know that's the one with Proto Man in it. I don't really remember too much about this game, if I'm going to be honest. We streamed it for, like, what, 3 sections? Or 3 streams? And I don't remember much from it. I had fun with it, I guess. It was probably really brutal. I know I had to rewind a bunch, especially in the Wily stages. And I remember the game really starting to show its colors towards the end, with how unfair it is and how rushed it felt. I really appreciated Isabelle being there towards the end too. And I mean, obviously, I gotta thank Winter for sitting there with me during those Mega Man streams. Definitely a lot of fun. I'd love to do 4 sometime. I think 4 would be really fun. Same with, you know, Mario and Luigi, and I'm thinking of so many other series that I started. And this is from our Mario 3 race, which I think I won? I'm actually not 100% sure. I did? Okay. I really like doing those. We did, like, a couple in the past. And, you know, they were really fun. I'm glad that we got to do one again, and I think Game Chat made it, like, a lot more convenient to host, I guess. I don't know. Nothing but fun there for me. I love doing races and stuff like that. There's just like something really appealing to me as a viewer, just seeing like multiple feeds of gameplay happening at once. So I hope that sentiment was felt to the people who got to see that happen, because that was a lot of fun for me. I love doing Mario 3 every year. We gotta come up with something to do for this year. What if we did a Mario 3 Archipelago randomizer? I don't know. Lost Levels, I remembered being really fed up towards the end of it. This was a subathon incentive to do a full playthrough of it, and I did a full playthrough of it in All-Stars. Let me actually check, because honestly, this is kind of sidetracking. I still feel a little guilty about not fulfilling all of the incentives that I set out to do. Hang on. I have to update the list now with the winter subathon. Just to keep you guys updated, I really don't want to forget about these. I have these pinned in a channel that people can't see. But, I still want to host a VGM guessing game for the Twitch chat. Or either for the Twitch chat, or I was thinking maybe like a Jeopardy style thing for people. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. I don't want people to think that I forgot about that. I still want to do the 1,000 blank white card stream. I just haven't gotten to organizing how we're gonna set that up. We'll finish the Getting Over It playthrough sometime. That first stream, it was either the first or the second. I don't remember how many times we streamed that. But I think I might have just been in like a bad headspace or something, because that shit kind of made me feel bad. But I think I'd be fine to go back to it sometime soon. I still owe you guys another healer stream. We'll talk about that. Spikeathon was from the last subathon. I really do want to do that. But I want to finish the 2 games that I still got going before I plan on doing anything else, really. There isn't a Mario 3 Archipelago yet. Well, they better get to work in it. They got 6 months. And then on the last of the list, but the one that I'm actually the most prepared for is some sort of spicy challenge. I have the hot sauce. I have the hot sauce that I'm going to use. The issue is I don't know what to eat it with. And I don't know what the challenge will, I don't know the parameters of the challenge, but I have the bottle of hot sauce that I'm going to use, and it's really funny. And I can't wait to tell you guys about it, because it's really funny. Foster Farms takeout crispy chicken wings? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to tell me about that later. Honestly, it's really fitting that these 2 games are back-to-back. These 2 games kicked my ass, dude. I hated it. I was in such a bad headspace during this, and Getting Over It back-to-back. I don't even know what to say. It's buffalo wings. I already have the sauce. If I'm gonna do wings, I'm gonna get them naked. And then just toss them in the sauce. They are naked? Okay. The best thing to come out of playing Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D was this fucking screenshot of Donkey Kong lying on the floor with his mouth open. Like he's dead. That shit was funny as fuck. The first half, maybe even more than half of that game is excellent. It's like pristine video game. What a finale that game had. Still not 100%ing it. Dude, it made me almost swear off video games. Maybe swear off Donkey Kong. Maybe that's why I haven't beaten Bonanza yet. Honestly, this might be the... It's weird because I love this game. Like, it would be like a crime to say that it's not a good game, because it is a good game. But I was about to say this might be my worst... This might be my least favorite 2025 game. I don't know. That second half really did taint it for me. But... I can't say that it's bad. I bet, like, if I wasn't streaming and commentating, I could have probably played it and had, like, a better time. Or, you know, an easier time. I don't know. My feelings are mixed. Really hate that last world in particular. I don't even want to think about the bonus world that they added. Maybe the HD version would be better because I could see better. Because the pixelation was also kind of nightmarish. I don't know. Oh, and then we did Star Fox September. And I'm gonna be completely honest. That might have been, like, my favorite thing this whole year, was dedicating, like, an entire month to a franchise like that. I really like doing Star Fox September, and I plan on finishing up the franchise with Star Fox February. So I hope we can get to organizing that, because I'm in love with this franchise now that I've actually played it. Star Fox SNES was really, really rough. I think I ended up using rewinds or restore points or something. I mean, in typical fashion, you know. But, yeah, really rough game. Very weird for the first entry. It's really funny how the rest of the franchise, takes itself so seriously in comparison. Like, they literally have, like, a secret ending in this game, and I don't think any of the other franchises have, like, a secret infinite void ending like the SNES one does. Cause that shit's funny as fuck. The slot machine boss shit is just hilarious. And I'm really glad that I got Dynamoto to see that, because I knew that she would get a kick out of it in particular. It's a really good game. Like, it's surprisingly good for the Super Nintendo. I wonder if somebody's, like, released, like, a lagless, like, 60 FPS version of the game. Because I'd be very curious to play that. Are those little Reddit guys in it? Yeah, because it's, you know, it's like Reddit Gold. You've seen the GIF? Denny, pull up the Reddit Gold GIF. Hold on. Here it is, here it is. See that? Reddit Gold! Sorry. That was my first thought when I was like, oh, I have to draw this. I have to draw the slot machine boss to make it, sorry. To make it discernible from, Star Fox 64. Because... Hang on. I realized I forgot to change the stream info. We'll set this to just chatting. I love... Well, I'd agree with you, Hero King, but I do feel a little bad because it was a little traced in some aspects. I just can't draw vehicles and machines. But, I mean, the cat inside wasn't traced. And the little cartoony flames weren't. But 64 definitely felt like a more serious approach to what this game did. So, you know, you gotta love it. And it was, like, fully voice acted and... Come on. The brawl inside looks AI. Don't feed images to my character to AI. Don't feed... Don't feed images. I'm gonna fucking sue all the AI companies. But yeah, I love 64. And honestly... to confess to you guys... After I beat 64 3D, I found myself playing a lot of 64 original on my Switch, just because I thought it was so fun that I just wanted to play it more. So I kept playing it for a bit on my Switch too. I don't know. It was a really good game. I'm so sad that they don't make more. They haven't made more of these. But yeah, overall, you know, game's good, characters are good, voice acting good. We love Mike West as Fox. Honestly, the whole cast is just like they're iconic voices. It's awesome. Wolf is cool. But they added that guy to here instead of in this one. But he was going to be in the sequel, which we will check out the sequel hopefully in February. It'll be pretty late on. I don't know how long Command would take. And then after Command is, 0. So... You don't like Asshole Fox from Adventures? I had to read that one really carefully, Hero King. We played fucking every Mario game this year. It's like really embarrassing. I had to like count, like, it's such a self-conscious thing. But I'm pretty sure over 50% of the games that we beat this year were Mario games. And it made me like really fucking... There really was a gap from that to 0, huh? I'm pretty sure. We can check the Wikipedia page right now. I got nothing but time, brother. Yeah. Well, there was Star Fox 64 3D in between the two, so they gave fans like a morsel, you know, something to sustain themselves off. But yeah, between Command and 3D, it was like 5 years, and then between 3D and 0, it was another 5 years. So it was like 10 years between unique entries. Balance it out this year with Sonic. Oh, it'd be so cool to play another Sonic game. Anyway, this is to represent beating Super Mario Brothers in Super Mario Brothers Remastered, and pristine video game. Fucking amazing ass video game. Love that shit. I love Super Mario Brothers 1. And I love what they did with Remastered. And Zero is just a remake of 64. Remake is like... I think that's like, what's the saying? That's like... That one buzzball got me good, didn't it? That's putting it simply, is a remake. But I looked at, like, a little bit of gameplay. I didn't want to spoil myself. I looked at a little bit of gameplay, and it really does its own thing. Reimagining? Maybe. Let's just say, I trust Hideki Kamiya. I don't know. Did Hideki Kamiya even work on it? I know Platinum Games worked on it. Strongly desired a new Star Fox game. His studio Platinum Games partnered with Nintendo. I don't... Yeah, he was just like a producer. So, I don't know. I trust his vision. I don't know. We'll hear him out when we get to it, but I'm excited. I'm like low-key excited because I know people don't like that game. I don't know. Mario Remastered was just really good. It's such a really nice way of playing the original Super Mario Brothers. I love whenever games take inspiration from what Mario Maker did, because I love the way that Mario Maker makes Super Mario Brothers look. If that makes sense. Very excited. You guys like Pac-Man World 2 Repack? Cause I kinda did. I'm always happy to play Pac-Man video games. I gotta say, on paper, and there's like a lot of good to it, you know? I think Namco did a lot of good things with it. I think it's really nice, even period, that, you know, Namco, the Japanese studio, would pay so much respect to the American studios that worked on World 1 and 2, and supposedly 3 because of that survey they put out. There's like a lot of love and respect for the Pac-Man World series given through these games, and I think World 2 really started to show that in full force, with giving us not only full voice acting again, but going the full mile and managing to get him voiced by the same guy that voiced him in Pac-Man World 3, which a lot of people say is like his best voice actor. Like, if Pac-Man were to have a voice, it would be him. I thought that was just... I thought that was just wonderful. I don't know how else to put it other than wonderful. It was just like something I wouldn't expect a $1 million company like Namco to do in like a million years. Pac-Mom is the unfortunate thing. The stuff like the whole, you know, Midway licensing stuff, you know, that all is just like a huge bummer. I heard that they put out mods to replace her with Miss Pac-Man again, but it's just a shame that Namco doesn't want to do it officially. I don't know. It's freaky. I love how much his VA seems to genuinely love the role. That's so true! Like, half of me is kind of hoping that if Pac-Man comes back in the next Smash Brothers, he sounds like, you know, he sounds like this guy. It was so fun. It was so fun. Like, the outfits are so cool. I love the Pac-Land outfit because I love Pac-Land as a concept. There's just, like, so many different things to praise about the game when you play the levels. I really, really didn't like the bosses in this one. I think that's, it's been expressed enough through the streams. Some of the bosses weren't terrible, but I'm pretty sure I died at least once against every single boss in the game. Maybe even game over to all of them in the latter half of the game. It's really rough. In some aspects, like, the moves are a little unfair. You can learn them, you know? But the unavoidable truth is just that they gave these bosses way too much fucking health. They take way too many hits. It's just not fair at all. I admired the fact that they wanted to do an encore mode and do like a, I don't know, you know, here's all the levels again, but with a twist. I thought that was cool. And I'm glad that it wasn't every single level because I wanted to be done with that shit. But, you know, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. You guys are talking about something I really want to get to. I don't know, like, it was fun. Like, the overall game was fun. I love the levels, especially. I think the levels are perfect. For the most part. Boss fights were just awful. Especially the final boss fight and the secret boss fight against Nekomaru. I don't know. I still refuse to believe, or I still am in, like, full belief that they wrote Talkman to say shit because of Nekomaru. You could not, like, convince me otherwise. And the fact that, like, Patrick Seats has, like, come up in my life, like, 4 times this year is, like, insane. I do want to say overall that I recommend Repack 1 and 2 over the originals. I mean, I don't know. I think they add, like, enough quality of life. I don't know. It's, like, tough. It's tough to vouch for those boss fights. I think the boss fights in Repack 1 were a lot better. But I don't know. I think it was just because they gave, you know, Pac-Man his kick. Like he had in the original world too. But they let him do it anywhere, that they really, really wanted to take advantage of it. And I think that was its downfall, design-wise. Now let's talk about the stupid fucking Sonic DLC that I hate so much that I spent money on. Literally the best part about the Sonic DLC was the fucking Pac-Land outfit that I got for getting it. Oh. I already talked to Sonic heads about this a little bit. And, you know, obviously it's a contracting thing. But you really finally have a game where Pac-Man is speaking full sentences? And you don't use that to take advantage of Pac-Man and Sonic having a dialogue together? I would have even taken reused voice clips, but no, they're just, like, shockingly mute. It's, like, really jarring, especially considering that between World 1 and 2, like, you know, Pac-Man is definitely a lot more expressive and talkative. And then playing it and realizing that this shit is Sonic Generations assets, especially, like, I didn't really notice. I didn't really notice because I, you know, didn't really play that much of Generations. But Learning that those were reused assets and level designs, that fucking pissed me off. $12 or whatever for that DLC. And it's all Green Hill Zone? Like, even the boss fight is Green Hill Zone? They could have done... I would have been fine with a Green Hill Zone level. I'm definitely a lot more, partial about that compared to other people. But give us, like, freaking Chemical Plant stage, even. I know that one's used a lot, too, but just do all the used a lot ones instead of Green Hill. Low-key glad it didn't win anything during the Game Awards. Repack? No. I don't know. Really pissed off about that DLC. I guess I'm glad I played it to see what it was like. But fuck, dude. I was expecting some sort of dialogue between Eggman and Pac-Man, like, what the fuck do these two have to do with each other? But making it mute just, like, really pulled me out. It really did just make me feel like I'm in a video game with characters. Okay, we talked about that game for a lot. Let's talk about another game for a lot. I keep joking to people that this is my game of the year. And the more that I joke about it, the more I think Star Fox Adventures might actually be my game of the year. It's really scary. Like, obviously there's shit to egg on with it, you know? But consider the hand that Rare was dealt, you know, at the time. Like, learning that this was literally, like, their last Nintendo game before they had to switch companies. And then, like, you listen, like, the music like we're listening to right now. And then you listen to... I don't know! There's like, a lot of cool shit going on. There's a lot of cool things. I wouldn't even mind if they tried this shit again. I mean, the truth of it all is that this is just kind of like an easier Zelda game. It's like kind of watered down. But I don't know. I had my fun with it. I'm glad it wasn't hard. I'm glad it wasn't terribly hard. And that I wasn't like stuck on something for forever and I wanted to stop playing it. I feel like almost every time that I stopped streaming it, I felt like I was forced to. Because of time, instead of because I wanted to stop. I don't know. I get why people who grew up with this game have like such an infatuation for it. And then people who didn't, you know, feel weird about it existing. And I think those weird feelings aren't, you know, misplaced because, I mean, obviously this isn't a Star Fox game. It's just a game that happened to become Star Fox to sell. I think it's also just easier to sell this kind of game compared to what Star Fox does normally, which is on-rails shooting. I'm also curious about how it would have turned out to be its own thing. Obviously, there's some things I don't like about this game. Fox, I'm hungry! Let's play! I'm hungry! Few awkward dialogue things. I started to get more frustrated about the actual Star Fox gameplay in it towards the end. People may have noticed that. I pointed this out during Assault, but remember, when they brought back James McCloud And then remember when they brought Andros back instead of coming up with a unique villain? Wasn't that really cool? And fuck, dude, why did Crystal not have as big of an importance in this game as she really should have? That also pissed me off. The fact that they, like, literally rigged a Crystal model for you to play in the first 30 minutes of the game, and then you don't get to play as her anymore. Like, it really should have just been like a tale of switching between two characters and their stories before they come together. That would have been so much cooler than, oh, the girl character is the damsel in distress that's all locked up. Oh, Fox McCloud, you gotta save her. Even though she can do all of the things that you can do. And yeah, I was under that assumption too, but I think that's how Dinosaur Planet would have been had it came out, is it would have been a story between those two. But that sax music, that shit was kind of funny. That shit was kind of funny. I think they did Crystal kind of dirty. And I'm glad that she had a bigger importance in Assault. I think it's all honestly like great that this game has some sort of legacy, you know? Like, this game has a legacy and it's honored in later entries, maybe just entry, who knows? Who knows if they talk about this shit in Command. But I don't know. It was just like, I had a blast every time. I know chat wasn't too terribly active during them, but I think I managed to keep the dead air a bit talking about it because I just had like so many things thinking about during it. It's one of my favorite things that I streamed this year, just because I just had so much fun talking about shit. I don't know. I hope it comes on NSO. I'd really like people to give this game another chance. Luigi's Mansion 3DS is a piece of shit game. No, I'm joking. I just said that shit for the clips. I really like this. Didn't we do it in one sitting? Did we do it in one or two sittings? I think we did it in one. And it wasn't that bad. I don't know, I enjoy playing that game. They really, like, I don't know if it was their intent when they designed it, but they really made like a perfect Halloween video game and how easy you can beat it. Like, it felt like it was made to be played multiple times, you know? It's like so fun. The atmosphere is amazing. And all of these praises are not me dissing on Dark Moon, by the way. Dark Moon is great and beautiful in its own way. This is not me dissing it. These two are just like games that achieve amazing things in their own regard. The atmosphere in Luigi's Mansion is just, it's so good. It feels like it'd just be impossible to capture again. It like hits this perfect description of parody Resident Evil. And I don't know if that was necessarily what they were going for, but it's definitely like an aesthetic that I don't think will ever be captured again. At least for Luigi's Mansion. The portrait ghosts are always so fun. And honestly, the 3DS version was, I don't know. I think the control scheme is like a little weird, but it's not awful. I don't know. I like that they added the strobe bulb as an option in case you know, might have trouble doing the traditional aiming scheme. still probably your preferred version of it. It's really good. Again, I might like it specifically just because I like using the strobo in the Luigi's Mansion games. I don't know. I still really want to try that game's multiplayer someday because that shit looked not only awful, but like, I don't know, it might be cool. It might be cool to play like Luigi's Mansion where two people like go off and do their own things. I don't know. Maybe someday. But again, loads of fun. Good idea, good last minute idea for a Halloween special to also utilize my 3DS again. Star Allies was a game. I don't want to make it sound like I hated it. I just wouldn't necessarily say it's like exceptional compared to its predecessors, but it's enjoyable, you know? Like, it's great. I think it doesn't deserve a lot of the hate that it gets, that it still gets to this day. I feel like a lot of it is kind of blind. The truth is, you know, it's just one of those classic early Switch titles, you know, where, had they given it, like, a little bit more time to cook in the oven, you know, I think people would have really enjoyed playing through the campaign and gradually getting more, what are they called? Are they called dream guests? I think that aspect, dream friends, I think that aspect is really fun. First time I played Star Allies, I was in the mindset that people hated that game a lot. And the only thing I noticed about the main story of Star Allies is that it's just really short. I feel that way too. I feel like the game is really short, but they also include like a couple of side modes that fatten it up a bit. Most of the hate, I think, just came from the fact that they tried to do the post-launch DLC approach. It's like, oh, you're never gonna know what characters we're gonna add next. It's also a really good transition piece, you know. I hope this doesn't mean that they aren't gonna make original 2D Kirby games again. Yeah, no Ripple Queen, but Subject, you can't give it a 0 out of 10. It has the 3 Mage Sisters. You know how much you love them. Also, I think it's really awesome that most... I know I can think of one in particular that people are going to talk about, but most of the characters in this game are in this game. I think that's like a really nice way of establishing staple characters. But overall, I don't know. I liked it. I'm really glad that I finally 100%ed it after putting it off for like 8 years. I don't know. Dude, if we didn't get Star Allies, Sakurai would have probably like added like Chatso as a playable character in Air Riders. Oh. You can now play as Gordo. You can now play as fucking I can't think of any superstar characters. That would be ridiculous. 20 Kirby's and Meta Knight and DDD again? Oh, true. Yeah, let's talk about this. This is good. This is a good game. I still haven't 100%ed it. I've been slowly chipping away at it. Fucking no thoughts. No complaints here. Please, oh please, just let Sakurai make more of the games that he wants to make. Let him make more games that aren't Super Smash Brothers. Please. I know I really want a new Smash badly, but fuck, dude. Give us another 2D Kirby. Give us Kid Icarus. Give us fucking Meteos. I don't know. Just I don't know. I think being in Smash Hell has like fucking restrained this guy from being able to show his genius as a director. I mean, obviously, talking about the games that he directed, I feel almost does like a disservice to all of the people that were involved producing this game. But I don't know. I think every aspect of this game was amazing. The music, the graphics, the sound, the characters. Fuck, dude. And I love that it's not like something that people have to froth at the mouth to, you know, get more content and stuff. You know, I love that it's just a game that is there. And you get to just play it. I don't know. I don't want to keep like shouting and preaching my about you know shit, but it's a really damn good game. I'm glad I played through Road Trip 2. That's such a good way to not only reuse resources but make a compelling story mode alongside it. That Fountain of Dreams cutscene was beautiful as fuck, dude. Oh, what? My mind just fucking blew. Okay, so assume that the team that worked on Star Fox Assault, because they're from Namco, is the team that worked on Smash Wii U and 3 and Ultimate. I feel like that might be a fair judgment, because I mean, consider the things in Assault. Consider the Assault stage in Wii U. What if that same team worked on this, right? And it was really good. What if they get Sakurai to make a new Star Fox game? Oh, I have tears in my eyes thinking about that. Oh, sorry. I just had like a brain blast thinking about that. And the reason I make those connections like that is because, I mean, Assault 2 would kind of be awesome. Okay, anyway, that was a little off topic. I'm gonna take a drink. This is supposed to be Super Mario Brothers Special. I didn't really know how to discern this from this, because I looked at all of the, supplementary media for Special, and it's just the same... It's the same artwork as the original game. So I just kind of, like, tried to give him, like, the shitty shading stuff in, like, one of the versions of the game. And then I added, like, the hammer there awkwardly, because that's how it is in the actual game. I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun to just go through blindly. It's just, like, I don't think I'd ever played the original version, like, in a million years, but... I don't know, it's more Super Mario Brothers. Those Maze Castle levels are unforgiving as fuck, but the levels were nice. It was fun. Glad I took the opportunity to do that. It was a fun way to use my subathon time. It was honestly, the subathon as a whole was just like kind of cozy. Like it really gave me like this vibe of just like having like a little sleepover and playing random ass games with your friends. Yeah, I really liked it. I need to do it. I need to do it like that more often. I think we kind of established like a better way of handling it. Hi Comfy, Happy New Year. We're just kind of talking about the games that I streamed this year, giving my extended thoughts about them. But yeah, I think what I liked about Special was less the game itself and more, you know, just the vibe of playing it and being with friends and talking and streaming and talking and shit, you know? It was fun. And I guess the same could go for Pikmin 2. This is a game that we've beaten on stream before. Archipelago is so fun. I see why so many people play games like this nowadays. I really want to do something like this again. I am really glad that Pikmin 2 wasn't as buggy as I thought it was gonna be. Really, I only had like 2 issues. Technically 3 if you count setup, but I mean, that was during setup. But primarily it was just, you know, anytime I'd log back on, I'd collect all the treasures that I already got, so it would, like, multiply my Poco counter by 2, which let me clear the debt faster, but I mean, I feel like that's less of an issue, because that just got me out of being BK'd for, like, longer. And then the other issue was just, like, that one orange Bulborb for some reason. I don't even know if I told the dev about that. I think they might have put out a warning about that, but I just kind of reloaded and avoided that. But yeah, it was fun. Buzzballs. Never again. Especially after New Leaf. But, you know, it was like a really unique way of experiencing the game. Like, I'm glad that I didn't, like, make it ridiculously difficult on myself by, like, randomizing enemies or something. I think limiting my Pikmin types was already a fun enough twist, and seeing how I can, like, get around things, it was fun. I didn't like not having white Pikmin for the whole game, though. And red Pikmin. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Thank you again, Hayes, Winter, Cole, Let Create. Am I forgetting anybody else? I'm sorry. And Soup for doing that with me. It made me appreciate all the games that you guys were playing too. Thank you, Orchid. It was Pikmin. Yeah. I hope we can do it again. I hope so too. I'd really love to see them do Mario 3. That might be a fun gimmick for this year. Hey, this one is interesting because we literally just finished this last night. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Like, I'm thinking more and more about it. It does feel like really respectful to its predecessors in the series. Like, it doesn't, like, try to retcon or throw things away, other than the final boss sort of trying to imply that the Aperoids killed James McCloud, which I really don't fucking believe that. I'm more inclined to believe what Hayes said about it just being, like, Peppy's memories or something. I don't know. But I don't know, it was fun. I love that I learned to, or not learned, but like over time I started to like the on foot missions more. Because it was a little jarring initially, and I don't know. I don't know. I thought I really like that each company that gets their hands on Star Fox like adds like their own kind of flair to it, and that could be said about the SNES games too. Like 64 is kind of like a baseline sort of thing because that was like one of the only games in the series that Nintendo themselves made. So like each of these companies sort of add like their own flair to it, and Namco's in this case was their fetish for space shooter games where you shoot alien bugs that are robots. And I kind of fuck with that. I was talking about this during the last stream, but like Namco has like this overarching timeline where oh it's been an hour, dude. I don't know, they have like this overarching timeline where they try to connect all of their arcade and other space shooter games. It's kind of insane. They rope fucking Dig Dug and Mr. Driller into it because Dig Dug is married to or Taizo Hori is married to whatever her name is. Kissy from Baraduke. And Baraduke is a space shooter that explicitly mentions like a big part of like the overarching timeline. It fucked up shit. I'm sidetracking. I do feel like they don't make any like connections to other games in it in Star Fox Assault, but if you told me, and they probably aren't doing it just because Star Fox is a Nintendo property, but if you told me that it was part of that timeline, I'd fucking believe you. A lot of characters in Star Fox would have known James. It makes sense that that Queen could somehow imitate him from all that. They did absorb Pigma and General Pepper and Peppy, and I'm pretty sure all three of them knew James. So, but yeah, like the robot bugs, I like that at least one of them in like the final stages really did feel like it was like referencing Galaxian with its colors and maybe its behavior. I thought that was fun. And the S flags being collectibles and being able to unlock Xevious as a bonus game. It's just like really cute shit that I love Namco doing. And I don't know, like I'm very infatuated with it in that regard. And then also like I mean the story mode was like really short, which I mean it's fine. 64 was kind of that short too. But 64 had branching paths. But considering that the focus is multiplayer and that there's like 3 different ways to fight each other in multiplayer with up to 4 players in these big ass arenas, it's so fun. I love that shit. I would have loved having that shit growing up. I really do want to play that multiplayer with people at some point. It seems like it'd be a really good time. Also, I'm letting you all know ahead of time, the something else in the Twitch stream title, I don't think we're gonna get to that. I'm like killing my throat here, getting to the last bit of this, and besides, I only really stream until 3 anyways. I'll do it some other time, but I was gonna say what it was, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I can save that. Also, one last thing, they made Crystal a fucking character in this game! A character with dialogue and, I don't know, like there wasn't much there, but it really felt like she was like, she had a purpose in the lore. And I'm glad that they did that, and I think making Peppy, like, a sidelines character was very appropriate. Okay, I just wanted to add that. I gave my thoughts on New Leaf like earlier in this stream, but to summarize, I don't know. I don't know. I feel guilty not doing New Leaf as big a justice as I should have, but the truth is you know, streaming it I think is different than doing something like a video series. Because with a video series, you can cut out all the boring parts. And I feel like streaming it, I just sort of felt like more and more guilty for all the uneventful stuff going on. And I don't know, I wanted to play other games throughout the year, and I think a part of that was that I had to sacrifice my New Leaf time to do that. We still got, like, some pretty good stuff out of it, you know? I really liked the letter writing bits. I liked, interacting with villagers, just period. Public works stuff. You know. Just, like, the being able to relive the typical New Leaf stuff was just, like, really fun. But also, like I said in New Leaf, like, I wouldn't, like, say it's, like, a goodbye, like, we're never playing this shit ever again. Who knows, I might want to boot it up sometime. I mean, that's how all Animal Crossing playthroughs end. But, I don't know. I feel like it's just appropriate to bookend it as a playthrough from January 1st to December 31st. And, you know, that's what I tried to do, you know? I just feel a little bad that I really fell off of it. And went like months without playing it. But yeah, that was this year. I think the games that we played through were kind of substantial compared to last year, because a lot of the entries last year were just like Mario Kart games or something that I could beat in like one stream or two. But some of these, you know, took a long time. Like, Adventures and Repack and Donkey Kong, and Dark Moon and Celeste and Slow Celine and Gravity Rush and Those of Wisdom, and you get it, you know, and Partners in Time. It's rough. I kind of don't want to rank them or anything like that, because I kind of don't like ranking things. But I think I've made it pretty clear that I have, like, some kind of infatuation with Adventures. And a few other games, too. I think I just also have, like, a bit of recency bias. Like, games that I played in the earlier part of the year are starting to fade away. Like, quite literally in color. I don't know what was going on with these. But I don't know. I really liked Adventures. And other games were just, like, good, you know, good times. I really do want to try and make an effort next year, not only to finish up Yakuza 0 and Pokemon Legends, but also, you know, get to some games that people are waiting for me to play. And also, like, continue, playing, like, a lot of series that I sort of dropped. Like Sonic, or maybe Metroid, or I don't know, Wario, or whatever. Oh, and also finish Danganronpa 2. That would be very nice, too. But yeah, I don't know. I hoped you guys enjoyed me playing all these. Will it happen before 2x2? Who can say? Oh. 2x2. Okay. I think I'm done. It feels a little weird to just say that I'm done, but you know. It was a very fun year for Brawlcats. Maybe for the stream. There were some aspects of this year that I didn't really like too much. But I think I tried to do a good job of keeping up with the stream and keeping you guys entertained, I hope. I do appreciate everybody for wanting to come in and watch my stuff or play stuff with me or whatever. You know? It's been about like, oh, we're gonna hit like 6 years of streaming this year, and that's like a long ass time. That is a long ass time. And that's really scary. Ugh. But you know, saying shit into the void like this is really nice, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Series finale soon. You're telling me that it's still Christmas 2016? When's Nozomi gonna kill the voice? Let's go raid somebody. Jackbox. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? What the fuck are we doing here? I forgot Joel streams Facade on New Year's. That's funny as fuck. Oh. um... Let's raid Lily Blue. They're doing Jackbox. They were the first person I reacted to. The first person I was reacting to. Can you stream like green eggs and ham as your final game? That's such a fucking funny bit. I felt like kind of bad that nobody really acknowledged that when I posted it in the Discord. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have a good 2026. Those of you who haven't hit the New Year mark yet, which I think is like one person in here. Actually, maybe Comfy. I don't know if Comfy's time zone is ahead or before the international dateline, but I don't know. I hope you guys have a good New Year. I'm gonna go sneak into the kitchen and see if there's any sparkling grape juice left for me. And yeah, let's all try to do our best. Bye guys. Love ya.